Hi, I am Dr. Srinivas, Senior Consultant Physician working at Yashoda Hospitals, Malakpet. So today I will be discussing about issues in the post-lockdown. First I will be discussing about the children playing outside. So we cannot restrict our children longer times from playing outside. The issues are very simple. The main difference in the COVID-19 younger children and adults are, children are majority asymptomatic. So they are not present with the symptoms, but still they can transmit the virus. So that is the main disadvantage. But still the children can play outside under supervision of elders. The only precautions are, they can be involved in a low contact games like tennis, hide and seek, but still under the adult supervisions. The only thing what you cannot restrict is, you cannot ask them to stay away, put a physical distancing while they are playing. And there is a high chance that they can come into contact with the surfaces, playing objects, which can transmit surfaces. As you all know, that virus can stay alive in outside inanimate objects for days. So please be careful when your children are playing outside and they are putting physical distance as much as possible under medical adult supervision. Regarding food and water outside, everyone should understand that COVID-19 is not a foodborne or a waterborne disease. The only way it can be transmitted is through contact of the food particles or the waterborne things like water bottles, or the drinking from the outside water fountains, from the nozzle of the fountains. So the precautions you should take are, when you are trying to purchase food articles from the outside stores, when you are touching the items and when you are bringing those items to home, when you are trying to prepare the food, please be careful that you have sanitized your hands after purchasing outsides, during preparation of the food and after preparing food. And the issues are, it is never a foodborne disease. And coming to water, it is neither a waterborne disease. The only precautions you should take are, when you are trying to touch a water bottle or a glass filled outside, you should be cautious regarding that transmission by touching the objects. When you are drinking the water from the nozzles, don't put your mouth directly in the sprout of the nozzles, which can transmit a virus to you. And outside drinking food and outside drinking water is safe. So public places walking is relatively safer issues, but per se, elderly patients and immunocompromised patients still not advised to go outside in the open places till this crisis goes over. And when you are trying to go in the public places, first take apt precautions, wear a mask so that you will not be able to spread the virus to the community spreads, and always carry a hand sanitizer within you and a small bottle of water, so that the chance of transmitting virus to outside comes down. Drinking water from outside, the risk also comes down to you. And don't try to sit in a public benches or any picnic table, so that the risk decreases. So this is an important question regarding the public lifts and staircases. As much as possible, try to avoid the lifts. Always take a staircases. Even while climbing the steps, don't touch the railings of the staircases. And if at all you have to use a lift, please be sure that the lift managements are taking apt precautions, so that they are maintaining a physical distancing even inside the lift. And don't try to touch the lift button with your bare hand. Always put a small tissue papers in your pocket. With that, put that tissue papers into your tip of finger. With that only touch the button. And when you are, as early as possible, when you are coming out of the lifts, throw that tissue papers into the waste basket without touching the outside of the papers. But as much as possible, try to avoid the lifts. Sometimes you may not be able to maintain that physical distance inside the lift. This is very important, especially for the healthcare workers who are working in hospitals or healthcare departments, who are coming into their residence. The precautions are, the first thing they have to do is, they have to make a customary call to their people in the residence that they will be reaching very shortly, so that they will keep the doors open and they will keep the internal environment at the house ready for us to enter. And once you try to enter the house, don't touch the door. Always ask people to open the door and don't touch the calling bells. And when you enter inside, you put your shoe outside only, and later on that shoes can be sanitized. And even footwear also, as much as possible, use a disposable footwear outside so that you can discard them very easily. And when you enter inside, advisable not to speak. Why? Because if you're healthcare workers, if you speak also, the droplets will come outside, will be transmitted to outside. And suppose if you are bringing in outside objects, when you enter inside, always put those things at a allocated area in the residence so that kids and elderly people will not be able to come into contact with these objects. And once you enter, please do not talk, go straight to the washrooms, take a hot water bath right from the hair to the toe, preferably with a detergents and the soaps. Then you can come outside. So this is what the basic precautions which you have to take so that which limits the transmission of the virus to other members of the family. So this is very important regarding the outside visitors. Now with this summer season, now every chance that your AC cuts down, outside peoples like plumbers, electricians, AC peoples coming into residence, always make sure that when they are entering your residence, they are healthy. They do not have any symptoms of cough, fever. If possible, you have an IR thermometer, you can check their temperatures. And once they enter into a residence, let them go straight to their work of place. Don't allow them to move into the entire residence. Let them restrict to their place of work and make their hands sanitized outside the residence before entering into the residence. And as soon as they finish up their work, when they go off, all the workplace which they have touched has to be sanitized with the alcohol based sanitizers. See, we are talking about so much about a physical distancing outside. What is advisable even internally in the family also, it is always advisable to make a safe precautions in the residence also. Try to maintain as much as possible the distance at the residence. The more important is kids and elderly people. Suppose the kids, if they get transmitted the virus to them, there is every chance that they can transmit that virus to the elderly patients, which are high risk zone areas. And then the sleep hygiene also, preferably separate cots have to be maintained in the houses so that the risk of transmission from one to other gets reduced to a maximum extent. See, that disinfection of the home is a very important issue. What happens when so many people are moving into the house, there is every chance that they can transmit the infection to the insiders. So house mopping should be done regularly, once in 3 hours or once in 4 hours with the detergent solutions like Lysols or Detolls or sanitizers wherever possible. And the most important areas which has to be sanitized very properly is the kitchen area items. And then hidden areas in the kitchen have to be sterilized with the detergent solutions, and regular use items have to be sanitized with the alcohol based sanitizers. Stepping out is very important. Now we are coming into the post lockdown, so now everyone has to come out. But whenever you are trying to come out, always make sure that it is mandatory that you are coming out. Only if it is mandatory, please come out, especially for the kids and senior citizens. And for the other working people, when you are trying to come out, always make sure that you do not have any symptoms of this COVID-19. If you have symptoms, please restrict yourselves to the residence. If you are safe, healthy, when you are trying to come out, please wear a mask so that you will not be able to transmit to others. And if you are going to a workplace, you take an adequate amount of mask with you. Why? Because once you have to change mask every once in 3 hours or once in 4 hours, and always try to take a hand sanitizers with you, so that, and a water bottle along with you, so that it becomes very easy to yourself to clean your hands very regularly, even if it is not available outside, whenever you are trying to go outside. The workplace hygiene is very important. It depends upon the different fields like healthcare places, like hotels, restaurants or offices, wherever it is possible. Always try to maintain a social distancing, or preferably a physical distancing, a 6 foot distance from each other. The sitting arrangements at a workplace have to be rearranged They have to be rearranged so that they are not coming closer to each other. And the entire staff, including from the ground staff to all the higher staff, have to be educated regarding their respiratory hygiene, regarding their sitting hygiene, regarding their hand washing hygiene, regarding their cough etiquette, so that whenever they put some sneezings and coughing, how they have to do, how they have to cough onto their elbows, how they have to sterilize their hands, how they have to wash their hands. And the workplaces, the areas such as tables, telephones, whatever area which every office workers are coming into direct contact, they have to be sterilized very regularly, once in 3 hours. Suppose if a healthcare place like hospitals, once a patient comes in, once a patient goes out, the healthcare workers have to be trained so that it has to be sterilized before the next patient walks in. The other more important thing which has to be sterilized more importantly in all the workplaces is the washrooms. So ideally they say that washrooms have to be sterilized with alcohol based sanitizers or detergents every 1 hourly. And in fact, after every person goes in and comes out, because these are the areas which have the high tendency to transmit the virus to other people. So good educating everyone is the basic cornerstone for the success to reduce the transmission from one person to other person, from one person to the community. So I appeal to everyone that with only proper education, knowledge about this virus, how it transmits from one person to other person is the only way to reduce the intensity of disease in the community. And the only other way, since there is no specific therapy to this particular disease till now, the only way which boosts your immunity is the better thing which will cut down the amount of disease in the community.